Welcome to Beer Freaks.
The Horror Happy Hour Edition.
Well, here we are again. It is another edition of Horror Happy Hour, and we're really excited about this one.
Ho, ho, ho.
That's a better way to say it. I guess it is December.
Yeah, it's holiday time, buddy.
It's holiday time, and we're themed. It's cold in Vegas, and when we say cold, we mean 50 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite cold out here
It is
for
cold.
us. For us desert folks.
Yes.
And look, we're celebrating Christmas just like the rest of you. We're celebrating with beer and with a weird story, right, Derek?
Yeah. Oh, we got a weird one for you guys today.
I'm just gonna say it. French Christmas cannibal. Three words.
That's very Christmassy, Stu.
It was Christmassy until I said the third word.
Yes.
The third word's what did it. But before we go into that, before we go super deep, Derek, we're drinking a very interesting beer right now.
We are.
A beer that I think could be very polarizing. So the one that we're on at this point is Founders Big Luscious. This is an interesting beer. Now, Founders, I just want to say, is a great brewery. A really, really great brewery.
I love Founders, man.
Oh, yeah.
I had an amazing beer by them. It was the Mango Habanero.
Ooh.
Oh, it was so good. But they haven't made it for like the past 2 years. I'm upset.
Well, you know what? I think the whole spicy, interesting, like weird thing, I just feel like it gets old really fast.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people feel differently.
Yep. This guy being one.
You feel it's perfectly fine. But, look, we all have different tastes. This one I also have different tastes on, but it did blast my palate, I will say. So Founders, just if you don't know, they're out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. But this particular beer is 7.8%.
Wow.
So it's a little beastly.
It is.
But what really pops,
Dude, our pregame beer was 8.
well, that's how we do.
Yep.
Guys, again,
That's how we do.
if you're an amateur, don't do what Derek and I say at home.
No.
Okay. This is what professionals do.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't try this at home.
Do not try this at home. But if you are a professional, this is a great beer to start with and end with. 7.8%.
And please try at home.
Stout brew. Please. Don't do it while you're driving.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Do it at home.
Yeah. We never podcast while we're driving.
No.
That's a PSA right there. This is a stout brewed with chocolate and raspberries, and it fucking tastes like it. I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
Dude, you can't go wrong. I mean, when I took a sip of this, because of the other beer that we had, I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Like,
I don't think I'll ever need dessert again.
No. Like, you're totally right. This one just, like, pounded the palate, but in a good way.
It is. I mean, in a very good way. I don't know if I could have more than one. I'll tell you that much. But this would be a good finisher beer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Good nightcap.
we already finished her.
Yeah, we did.
That's what we did. We finished a lot of beer. What I would say is if you're a beer aficionado, if you like, dark beers with a fruity note, this is actually really good. It does truly, to me, it tastes like dessert. Like I could literally replace a dessert with this beer.
Totally.
And feel full.
Mm-hmm.
And feel like I just had a great beer. Feel like I had a very sweet, indulgent dessert.
Yep.
I would not have two of these in a row.
No.
I definitely would not. This would feel like early onset diabetes and would certainly not be something that I want to participate in. Yeah. And by the way, perfect for Christmas dinner.
Yes.
And that's my non sequitur directly to Derek's dun 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 story tonight.
My story.
Derek's got a good story for us tonight about a French cannibal Christmas.
Yes, I do still.
And I'm very, very excited to hear about this because tis the season, right?
Tis the season.
Many of us like Christmas. We all enjoy Christmas, but we also have a dark side to us, right? So this is the time to just blend the two. why don't we just enjoy this, Derek? Why don't people enjoy blending the superficial bullshit aspect of Christmas that brings us together, bring the Hallmark holiday to the, was it AMC that does the 30 days of
Freeform. 25 Days of Christmas.
No, but who does the 30 days of Halloween with
Oh,
Rob Zombie?
man,
Is that
I don't
AMC?
know.
Does that do that?
Ooh, the scary ones. Yeah, it's got to be AMC.
It's got to be AMC.
It's
Right?
got to be AMC.
Yeah. So bring the two together. This is what we're doing for you tonight because Derek and I care about you. We do.
We care about you.
Very much.
Yep, very much.
So, Derek, can you please, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about the French Christmas cannibal?
Yes, Stu, I will.
I mean, I'm excited.
Now listen, I know Christmas time is a big time for all of us. Christmas is my favorite holiday. I don't know about you, Stu, but Christmas is my all-time favorite. So, you know what? We're going to talk about that French Christmas cannibal who served Santa Claus. Now that in itself is a crazy thing to say, but in legend, it's very, very true. So before we get there, though, let's talk a little history. Okay, so our Yuletide story begins in Turkey. For one very important date in the run-up to Christmas is the feast day of St. Nicholas on December 6th. So born to Greek parents, the 4th century bishop of Myra became known and venerated as a patron saint and protector of children. So across Europe, traditions have that a monstrous being would accompany St. Nicholas on his rounds, either as mismatched buddy cop movie pairings like Krampus, or a standalone villain such as Austria's Frau Perkata. So we all know movies, that have, the good cop, bad cop.
Sure.
So Santa Claus was the good cop,
Okay.
and this guy was the bad cop. So as the story goes, Pierre Fouettard began his life as an innkeeper.
Sounds about right.
But he was also a kidnapper and a murderer. So one day, while keeping his inn, 3 rich boys on their way to a religious boarding school stayed at his inn. Now, recognizing their wealth, Pierre, along with his wife, decided to capture and murder the children by slitting their throats to take their money. Now, the funny thing is, somehow that idea seemed a little bit better than putting them up for ransom with their wealthy parents. Why kill them? But, he did it. Why not? So he murdered the boys by slitting their throats and then carved the meat up to make a corpse stew. Alas, St. Nicholas turned up at the door. The butcher attempted to hide what he was doing by offering St. Nick some of his best meat. So instead, St. Nicholas resurrected the boys from the dead and sent them back to their parents. But seeing an opportunity for the butcher to repent his sins, the butcher became Father Whipper, a sort of eternal servant who basically acts as the bad cop to St. Nicholas's good cop. So now, like mobsters doing their boss's dirty work, Krampus and Pierre Fouettard set out into the cold, cold December night to deal with the kids who have been naughty. They're more likely to deck the halls with holly's bowels than boughs of holly. Forget kindly elves, a jolly fat man with a great big bushy beard, red-nosed reindeers, and magical sleighs. Children are given a choice, presents, or a sound beating with a bag of ashes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a dark history of Christmas, man.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Crazy.
That is wild.
Dude, I've never heard of any of these. I've heard of Krampus, right?
Yeah,
or Krampus, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Pierre Fouettard, it's insane.
Fucking guy. This guy, you want to keep kids in line. You got to teach them about this guy.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why have we gotten so soft that Pierre Fouettard
Yeah,
He's no longer a part of our lexicon.
He knows what's going on. I mean, Elf on the Shelf is probably the biggest one people know of, right? That
so
kind of
soft.
keep kids in line.
Oh my god!
But it's nothing like this guy.
Dude, I mean, my wife and I were doing the Elf on the Shelf. I feel like I need the Père Fouettard on my shelf.
I love his name, too.
That guy's going to fuck someone up, dude.
He's going to be insane.
That kid will not mess around.
No.
When
Never.
Père Fouettard.
Fouettard. Père Fouettard.
Fouettard. So next week, we're doing a good show with with another couple.
Yep.
That we met at a beer event.
Yep.
And they're awesome.
They're going to be a lot of fun.
They've both basically done everything in the world. The most interesting man in the world, I think, was based on this guy.
Yeah, 100%.
But after that week, we should come back to Krampus. That should be our Christmas episode.
That should be our Christmas episode.
Okay, that's perfect timing.
And here's the thing. If you guys are listening and know of any other cool legends or know any other information about this Père Fouettard or Pete Fouettard,
La pee my pants fucktard.
Please reach out, leave us comments.
So juvenile, Derek.
Dude, please let us know. Because this is crazy. It's a crazy story.
It is a crazy story.
It's nuts.
And how many kids had heart attacks at early ages because of this shit?
And why don't more kids know about all of these different things? All kids know are Santa Claus.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
It's all positive now.
Yeah.
I think to your point, Elf on the Shelf is the word. That's the only scary thing we're telling our kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, I can't get presents because I'm giving my child a very, adult voice. He's 3.5. But literally, the worst thing that's going to happen to you this Christmas is Elf on the Shelf is going to report badly to Santa and you're not going to get presents. What about fucking pee my pants fucktard?
Your kid's going to be gone one day. He's not even going to be
blasting you, dude. Now that kid's going to stay in line, man.
Dude.
Going to stay
totally.
in
You got to
line.
scare him. You got to scare him to stay in line.
Yeah. So, pierce my nipples, fucktard. It's that guy. That's the guy.
That's the dude.
I want to learn more about this guy.
You don't want him to pierce your nipples. That's for sure. But yes, please tune in next week. This is going to be great. We got a fun couple. It's going to be an awesome episode.
Yeah, that dude's intense. I want to know what he's scared of. He's done everything.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls. Next week, we'll be seeing you.